All right, Dean, listen. You're not gonna let me down, okay?
Nope, I would not let you down, Kevin.
All right, so for you, obviously there you were in a little bit of a hot seat during that meeting. I think you're very capable, so I'm willing to take the chance on you here. This is where the real money is made, if I'm being honest with you. Or like we're gonna make double, triple, quadruple what downstairs will make with all those people.
Right.
Don't tell them that, okay? Because that's not what you should tell people. Um, Basically the compromise I came up with Rami is if you bring us 30 Bs, which is essentially 480, 500 high quality parts. Oh, he's actually calling me now. Yo, Rami.
Yo, you can let Kevin know that I mean, sorry, you can let Dean know that like he can also sell these cars as well. I don't have a problem him selling these cars as well if he has buyers and like
Mhm.
finder's fees and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like incorporate all of it. You know,
Okay, okay,
prioritize them on the HQ parts.
okay.
All right.
All right. So, would his stuff be the same as everybody else's if he brings the people on the
As
other
a
deals?
worker, yes, yeah,
Okay. All right. So it's just a standard hire
yes, yeah.
with the
Standard hire,
caveat that we get the HQ parts.
correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let him
Yep.
know.
All right.
All right.
Like an incentive, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, even
All
better
right.
for him, to be honest.
All right. All
All
right.
right. Peace. Wow, Dean. That's actually crazy timing on Rami's part.
What happened?
All right, so originally what we were going to do is we were going to allocate you one sale, which, you know, the commission can be anywhere from like 100,000 to $250,000 on a single deal. We were going to allocate you one sale every 500 high quality parts. It's just approximately 30 B scratches. Which if the whole crew was on it, it's like 2 or 3 days of VINs if you got the contracts or whatever. But Rami actually changed his mind on this. Your position is tied to being able to deliver the high quality parts. However, you know, if you find the buyers on any of the cars, you're welcome to sell any of the cars versus just being allocated something specifically to work.
Explain.
Well, we have an inventory of about 5 cars. If you get the buyer for any of those 5 or 10 cars that the fuck we have, you get the full payout. You just need to, in order to have access to that, you need to deliver on high quality parts. Rami thinks that you're very very good at organizing people, and because you're good at organizing people, we want to make sure that you're motivated to organize them for the benefit of VLC imports. Because while we have 5 cars that we could potentially sell, we can't actually sell them until they're converted.
Okay.
So that's going to be a big part of your responsibility here.
All right. So you want me to bring you so day to day? I just want to make sure I get this right.
Mhm.
I want to make sure I get this right on my notepad.
Mhm.
So day to day, okay. How many B's do you need?
All right. So as a company, let's do company math, and then we can talk about your numbers. As a company, right? If we're doing one sale a day, we need approximately 500 high quality parts, which is about 30 Bs. That's more than what one crew can deliver in a single day, just as a function of the amount of contracts that they'd actually receive. So if you were bringing in, let's say, 500 high quality parts or 1,000 high quality parts a week, I think it'd be more fair, and it'd essentially mean that you're helping us deliver 2 S-Class cars a week. Just so you have some idea, the commission on an S-Class sale could be, one, two, three, potentially even $400,000, depending on the margin of the car.
Okay.
It is probably like VLC Imports right now is probably the best paying sales position in the city if we have inventory to move.
Okay.
And that's why you're being afforded this opportunity, because we need your help, or I think we need your help organizing, especially the Mandem, because we were talking about this downstairs. It comes in waves, but those people are very very capable. So if they're motivated, I'm sure they'll deliver, especially if it's going back to you guys.
Okay. So, all right. Okay. So once I get the cars, right? For instance,
Mhm.
somebody brings me a B.
Yep.
What do I do with it?
All right, so there's a whole bunch of paperwork, but we'll skip the paperwork talk for now. Basically, what should happen is let's talk about you specifically, right? Because I think what's going to happen long term is you're going to have to be able to add people to the sheets and have them coordinate with me and yada yada yada. But basically, you get the scratch, you get the car to the VLC import garage, you park it there, and then you in this example is compensated to the tune of $5,000, and you get a full refund on the G&E cost up to the buy-in cost plus 25 G&E. Don't exceed 25 on your scratch and we should be okay, because there's shit that's like 40, 50, 120 to scratch. We generally
Right.
don't want those cars unless it's a car that we're trying to sell somebody.
Okay.
Now if you're organizing other people, so some of these other people are already on our books, so they should more or less know how to get compensated. What's going to need to happen is you're going to have to hire them, or I'll have to hire them as a temp if they're not already hired. They'll be able to park their car in the garage over here behind the gallery.
Right.
Then they'll have to get all the data added to the spreadsheet, and then they'll get paid usually within a day or two, potentially even that same day. You do that enough, boom, bam, you'll be able to deliver 1,000 high quality parts a week.
Okay. And can I ask you one favor? Can the next
Sure.
time you do one, can I need to be hands on? You know what I'm saying?
Hire somebody or
No. Like for instance, somebody brings you a scratch right now. Like whenever you get another one, I
Mhm.
need to be there so I could get the hands on learning portion of it. You know?
Yeah, to be honest, we could do that. The most hands-on part I think is actually getting people on the books, because it's a whole process of like getting their email, sending them the spreadsheet, approving their request, and then adding their data to the spreadsheet so that they're able to get paid and whatever. Generally, we're dealing in aliases, although state IDs are there, but that's not things that anybody should really be able to see.
Right.
But yeah, I'm actually going to do some of that today if some of these people are around. Are you
Yeah.
familiar with the Hidden?
No.
They're a group. They're typically up in Harmony-esque area, I believe. They wear camo a lot. I'm gonna onboard them. I'm gonna get them all sorted. The way that's gonna work is they're gonna send me a document with their alias, their state ID, and their phone number.
Right.
And this is the format that you should use if you ever get anybody into this. Put it in.
ID, alias, phone number.
Yeah. Get them in a Gargle doc, and then I mean honestly, it's a private Gargle doc that we'll send via email, so you can get their actual name, so we can keep track of who's who. You'll send it to me, and then I'll throw them on the sheet, and then they'll be sorted on payouts. I don't know if your role has hiring privileges just yet, but honestly, Dean, if you're good at this, then you'll just get them very, very quickly. Because there is a little bit of juggling, who's actively doing it and who's not actively doing it, just because we have expensive cars typically parked in that garage, and we don't want to have
Right.
somebody who doesn't have any
Yeah.
financial
I'm
ties
not
to
yet.
us. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, try to find a group of motherfuckers willing to give us a bunch of B boosters, basically. Yeah.
B's, A's, and C's.
B's, A's, and C's. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The spreadsheet's already set up for it. Actually, can you text me your email? And I'll send you the spreadsheet. You'll have to request, and then you'll get an idea of what the document looks like. It's sent.
You sure?
Yes.
I don't. Oh, request. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
All right. If you could send me in the format that we talked about before, your alias, phone number, and state ID, and I'll add you to the sheet, and you'll see what it looks like when you populate the data.
Yo, Moses. Let me call you back, yo. There it is.
All right, you should be able to see the document now.
Okay.
And then basically you'll go under alias once you've acquired the vehicle. You'll select your alias, the vehicle class. You'll manually type in the amount of G&E for the vehicle, and you'll type in the model of the vehicle. And then once you've delivered it to the garage out there, you'll check the delivered box, and then I'll do payments and I'll send out G&E. And when I do that, I'll check the other box.
Okay.
And
So my job is to make sure they get here. Yeah.
your job is to make sure that they get here. Your job is also to get more people to do that.
Okay.
That process. Eventually, you'll probably be able to do the onboarding yourself. For now, you'll just have to collect their information, and then add it to a Gargle doc, and then share that document with me, and I'll add their information to the sheet.
Okay. And when I do get you these individuals, right?
Yep.
Am I hired already? I just want to make sure.
I can hire you now if you're not already. What's your state ID?
9394.
All right, I set you as material acquisition, but obviously the agreement is that you're also going to be doing sales here, but the focus probably needs to be material acquisition at the start. Especially while Rami is, I think Rami's going to be away for a few days, so if he comes back and we have like 1 million materials, I think it'd go a long way for, for both of us.
Okay. And this one, once again, I want to reiterate and make sure I get this correctly. My job is to go out there and find Joe Schmo, that does, I guess the boost, right? Get them to, I get them in contact with you so they can get hired, but I'll make sure I get their state ID, alias, and phone number, put it in. Once I get the vehicle, drop it off here at this location. I will check the delivery box, and you will also be there to pay them and give them G&E. Yep.
Okay, so they actually don't ever need to realistically interface with me.
Okay.
You can get their state ID, their alias, and whatnot, and then I can throw them on the books, and eventually you'll probably be able to throw them on the books as well.
Okay, so I put their name on the spreadsheet though, yes? Or no?
At the moment, no. Throw it on a separate Word document or a Gargle Docs document, and then I'll transfer them. Because right now you could see the vehicle pay thing, but it should be hidden most of the time, if not all the time. The only time it should be visible is when I'm actually doing the payments. Else, yeah.
All right, that's too. Oh, if that's the case, that's too easy then.
And then honestly, it doesn't even really need to be random Joe Schmo either. It can be if you want it to be. Obviously, there's a certain amount of discretion that needs to take place with this particular operation. So have some level of trust with that person if you're going to invite them into this. Because to be honest, like people could make 100K a day just doing the boosting if they really wanted to. There are people who have done that before, both on both with H&O before and us now. That's a realistic financial expectation if they're able to get the contracts.
Okay.
So everybody here makes a lot of money, to be honest. It's just about getting things rolling consistently. If you look in the phone, you'll see other people with material acquisitions. Those people are typically doing something similar. There are people who have their own network that are also trying to do the same thing. Eventually, I think we'll get to the point where it's super saturated and where you have an overflow of materials and cars, and that's when the sales, I think, will really start to shine, where we have more cars to sell than we have potential buyers. Everything is already converted, and we're just trying to push out cars. And we'll leave it to you and your creativity and whatever you think is the best way to sell things. Because I think personally, Dean, running around with rings is a better way to sell them, but I do understand the perspective of the people who don't like that.
Right.
But here at VLC Imports, if you have a crazy ass way to sell cars, if I could send it, especially if it's already converted, or only if it's already converted, to be honest.
Okay. So okay. And once I get these, so So the car selling. I'm not selling cars yet, right? Correct.
No, you can sell cars. There's another spreadsheet I'm going to share with you in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
You'll be able to see our inventory. There's some data tracking stuff. There are some forms. Some of the stuff is used, some of it isn't. But we're trying to keep the inventory section up to date. I can run you through that inventory real quick if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, I just sent you a document. See if you are able to view that.
Yeah, I'm request access right now.
All right, that one I have to get somebody to give you access to. So
you could. I'm pretty sure you could change it at the top. You see where it says share. To be able to like link for everybody. You should...
I'm not the owner of
okay.
this document.
All right, I requested.
Oh, actually, wait, hold on. Right, there you go. To be honest, I don't know if that he wants it like that, so we'll leave it like that for now. But it'll probably change back the other way once we've concluded this meeting. If you look at the stock, it's the bottom leftmost tab. Right now, so this is an updated to the minute because the R32 Skyline buyer has actually already been secured at $3 million. The AMG GT 63, we've had like 4 of them or 3 of them or something. That one is actually still available for sale. I think we have 2. So if you know anybody who wants a Benz, that's the car. The WRX actually got allocated to somebody, so that's gone. Lamborghini Diablo in stock. Not converted Ferrari in stock. The thing about the Ferrari, that's not written anywhere. That's more of a ask and we'll tell you, or we'll say somewhere. At some point we might have that in this spreadsheet. It's just not there at the moment.
Okay, what about this Mustang 1965?
The Mustang 1965.
Like converted?
Wait, where do you see that?
Right under the Ninja.
Oh yeah, that so we might have another Mustang 1965. That was originally Rami's Mustang. And he ended up liking the car, so he's not going to sell it. And the Aventador, I think, is this deal that got done outside of the VLC. So those two.
What about this Black Series AMG?
The Black Series AMG.
Right on top of the Skyline.
That's marked as sold for me.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. That sold for I think 2.1, which was below what it probably could have went for, but that was a quick deal, so we got it done.
Okay. And so right now the Ferraris primary and Lamborghini Diablo. Okay.
So thing about the Ferrari, this is Eugene's car. It's here on consignment, so the commission isn't going to be all that big. And his asking price is $3 million, which probably is more than what it will actually sell for. So Rami's guidance in this is just take offers, and then we could take those offers back to Eugene and see if we can get a deal, a decent commission rate. The Porsche Panorama Turbo, that's also for sale. I also have one personally for sale. It's low priority at VLC just because there are other cars that we can convert ahead of it, and I already have one that's paperwork sorted. And if you do find a buyer for that, I'll pay you out of pocket for it. Another side of VLC imports that we do, I didn't really tell this to the other guys.
Price for the Porsche? I'm so sorry.
We'll match. So the ad price is $1 million, but I think Michigan Motors has one listed for 900K. So as long as that's listed at 900K, we'll just match that number if people are aware of it.
Okay.
It's out of stock. Actually, I don't know if it's out of stock at PDM. I think it is. If not, I know there's at least 3 or 4 people on the waiting list for it already. One of them has been approved, so that one may as well be out of stock. Okay. Any more questions?
That's basically it. So, which ones out of that list right now that is not sold yet? That is not. That is ready to sell. That is ready to go.
Okay. So AMG GT63. I wouldn't say so. One thing I would say at this point, nothing is like ready to go per se, just because these cars still need to get converted. But of things that you could sell, the Ford or Mercedes, the Lamborghini Diablo, the Ferrari, the Porsche, and I think we're gonna get a Mustang soon. I'm just waiting to hear back on that one.
All right, bet. All right, too easy.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, let's go to the garage and check because there might be something that I'm forgetting that might be out there.
Ooh, easy.
Eventually, what I'd like to do is I'd like to create a pipeline for us to have salespeople go out and find exotic vehicles that people want to have sorted, and then we just make a commission on it. It's like partly what H&O does, so I don't want to overlap too much with their thing. The salespeople are generally in the best position to like get those leads and get those deals done. And if we have a surplus of materials and high quality parts, then we'll be able to make that work.
Okay.
Which is where you come in and all the other material acquisitions people, because a lot more business opportunities open up if we're able to get the material side of things flowing.
Right. Okay. That's too easy.
And generally rule here is probably don't take out any of these cars unless you know if it's converted or not, and then
Right. I'm not gonna touch these cars.
yeah. Oh, also Jester Classic is another car that needs to get added to this list.
Let me see that. Can I see that real quick? Is that converted or no?
No, it's not.
Jester Classic. Okay.
So this we bought from somebody. It's their scratch. I think we paid 65K, but honestly it's probably worth up to 120.
Okay.
Allegedly. I don't know that Rami would have paid for it, but there's enough margin here for us to convert at that buy at that price, convert, and then flip.
Okay.
Yeah, I think somebody bought one for 1.1, so that'll probably be the number that we're at when we advertise
Jester
it.
Classic. Okay.
Yep. Actually, let me add this to the sheet now before I forget.
Yep. That Moses can pick me back up. This is dope. Oh yeah, I could definitely get out here.
I could fly you in a helicopter, Dean.
Oh sweet.
You work for VLC imports now. You gotta move around in style.
Nice.
Unless the helicopter's blown up.